In a world of geopolitics, a series of events have unfolded, painting a picture of shifting dynamics and crucial developments. It's a tale of high-level meetings, economic challenges, and global aspirations. U.S. President Joe Biden, in a rather significant move, engaged in talks with Chinese Premier Li Qiang at the G20 summit held in New Delhi. This meeting broke nearly 10 months of limited contact between the two nations. The discussions covered topics like stability and issues in the Southern Hemisphere. Notably, these talks occurred in an environment of strained relations and peculiar incidents like the sighting of a suspected Chinese spy balloon over U.S. territory. Biden took the opportunity to shine a spotlight on China's economic challenges. He pointed out a sluggish real estate sector and high youth unemployment as factors hampering China's military capabilities, particularly regarding Taiwan, which Beijing claims as its territory. However, Biden clarified that these economic woes wouldn't necessarily lead to a Chinese invasion of Taiwan. He called China's economic situation in crisis. The economic front was no less intriguing. Premier Li expressed optimism about China's projected 5% growth rate in 2023, even as financial analysts expressed concerns about a property market downturn and reduced consumer spending. Economic issues, notably inflation, took center stage as Biden gears up for the 2024 re-election campaign. The U.S. experienced a modest 2.1% annual growth rate in the past quarter, drawing criticism as central banks raised interest rates to manage inflation. Meanwhile, President Biden embarked on another journey, this time to Hanoi, where he announced a historic agreement with Vietnam's communist leader Nguyen Phu Trong. This announcement elevated their existing relationship to a comprehensive strategic partnership. It signified Vietnam's complex strategy in a changing geopolitical landscape. Despite strengthening ties with the U.S. due to China's growing assertiveness in the Indo-Pacific, Vietnam isn't making a full shift in alignment. Vietnam's leadership practices balance diplomacy, collaborating with various countries including China, India, Russia, and South Korea. Their goal? To avoid provoking Beijing while maintaining a strategic equilibrium among major powers. Remarkably, Vietnam, which once fought a brutal conflict with the United States, has progressed to cooperate on various fronts such as semiconductors, clean energy, and public health. China's assertiveness in the South China Sea has even brought these former adversaries closer. The deepening relationship between the U.S. and Vietnam holds positive implications for both nations. It encompasses addressing the aftermath of the Vietnam War, military cooperation, and economic ties. The United States can assist Vietnam in areas like technology transfer, industrial expertise, and expanding its role in global supply chains, especially in semiconductors. However, Vietnam's multi-alignment strategy implies that it won't entirely align with the U.S. against China. In conclusion, Vietnam's comprehensive strategic partnership with the United States is crucial for managing China's assertiveness. Still, Vietnam remains committed to a balanced foreign policy that avoids overcommitment to any single power. This approach positions Vietnam as a model for other nations navigating the complexities of a world caught between powerful rivals. Shifting our focus, the G20 summit concluded, but its impact reverberates. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese emphasized that Australia would be part of the post-G20 conversation on economic cooperation and upholding the world's rules-based order. The G20 summit had a central theme of commitment to global growth. Yet Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov saw the emphasis differently. He believed that the summit prioritized economic progress for the Global South, distancing itself from the Ukraine situation. The Global South's consolidated position helped prevent Ukraine from dominating the agenda. However, it's essential to note that no one has forgotten Ukraine. Anthony Albanese stressed that it was impossible to separate the invasion from economic matters at the G20. The summit delivered a strong consensus message on Russia's war in Ukraine, highlighting the human suffering and negative impacts on global food and energy security, supply chains, financial stability, inflation, and growth. Debate ensued over the strength of the G20 summit's statement on the Ukraine invasion. Opposition Foreign Affairs spokesman Simon Birmingham credited India for achieving a consensus statement on the war. Still, he cautioned against undermining Australia's international credibility through unnecessary overreach. Albanese assured that Australia had a seat at the table. The G20 represents 85% of global GDP, making its decisions impactful worldwide. It matters at home too, as global issues like inflation are interconnected. International engagement is part of the solution, allowing Australia to shape global solutions in areas such as climate change, energy resources, and supply chains. As the summit concluded, attention shifted to economic issues. Australia hopes that trade talks held on the sidelines of the G20 have been effective, potentially leading to a new agreement with Europe that benefits both parties. The focus is on reaching a deal that genuinely serves Australia's national interests. The World Bank is also reinvigorated in its pursuit of economic change. President Ajay Banga expressed hope in defining a new path that includes eradicating poverty while ensuring a livable planet. The World Bank emphasizes issues like climate, pandemics, and youth empowerment. The incoming G20 president, Brazil's Lula da Silva, aims to focus on social inequality alongside economic concerns. Reducing inequality is central to the international agenda under Brazil's G20 presidency, with priorities including social inclusion, energy transition, and sustainable development. Yet politics plays a defining role. U.S. President Joe Biden's approach, including his post-G20 visit to Vietnam, isn't solely about getting the upper hand over China. He wants to see China succeed economically, but emphasizes that this success should come through fair play and adherence to global rules. In this ever-evolving global narrative, leaders meet, alliances shift, and economies fluctuate. The world watches as nations navigate a complex geopolitical landscape, each seeking its own path to prosperity and stability. In a recent survey spanning both sides of the Atlantic, climate change and immigration have emerged as top security concerns, signifying changing global priorities. The German Marshall Fund's 2023 Transatlantic Trends Report reveals that despite evolving public perceptions, strong support for NATO and Ukraine's potential membership in transatlantic alliances remains. The findings underscore a need for governments on both sides of the Atlantic to recalibrate their agendas to align with citizens' concerns amid a shifting world order. While climate change ranks high on the list of security concerns, the intensity varies across regions. Migration has replaced the Ukraine conflict as a global challenge of significant importance. Notably, Russia remains the primary security concern for certain Eastern European nations. Public opinions about China are mixed, reflecting differing perspectives on the global stage. Younger respondents exhibit more favorable views of Russia and China. While there is a call for increased cooperation with China, human rights concerns are paramount. The survey indicates China's growing influence globally, necessitating de-risking policies in dealing with China rather than complete disengagement. Collaboration on critical issues like climate change is pivotal. In the context of democracy versus stability, Generation Z is skeptical about the importance of democracy, particularly in relation to China. Stability sometimes takes precedence over democracy in public opinion, presenting potential challenges in maintaining long-term support for Ukraine. A significant discovery of a lithium deposit along the Nevada-Oregon border may challenge China's dominance in the lithium market, vital for electric vehicle battery production. This development highlights the need for the U.S. to source minerals domestically and from friendly nations to reduce dependency on China. President Biden's intention to meet with Chinese Premier Li Qiang reflects a commitment to improving U.S.-China relations rather than seeking containment. Strengthening alliances in the Indo-Pacific region is a strategic move in navigating China's growing influence. In conclusion, evolving security concerns and shifting global dynamics demand adaptability and diplomacy from governments worldwide. As citizens' priorities change, it is essential to address their concerns and forge collaborations to tackle the challenges of our transforming world. These stories paint a diverse and ever-evolving picture of our world, from international diplomacy and technology to legal battles and political aspirations. If you found this video informative and engaging, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel for more updates on the latest news and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our thought-provoking content. As always, feel free to share your thoughts and comments down below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.